Hey there, Meg's here. How's everyone doing today? So I wanted to just start recording. I don't have a lot of time, but I figured I was doing some stuff and I thought, you know what, I might as well just shoot it so I can have a video out. And I hope the lighting's right and all that stuff. We're just going to go for it because I want to get this rolling. So I thought about Christmas ideas. Everybody's doing videos about Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And so I came up with a few. I really want to make a list and just start doing covers first, which is not what I usually do. But the last time I made a cover first for the last journal I made for Miss Ann's journal, and it just came out so good. I think if you have a cover and you have a base, then it really helps you to, like, you know, get moving. I don't know, for me it does. So I usually do the pages first and it takes me forever and then I'm scrambling to make a cover. So anyways, now that I have some bases here, this is what I did. I wrote down all these ideas because I do want to make a ton of Christmas journals for gifts, and also I was hoping to sell some. That would be really great if I could sell a few things before Christmas and use it for Christmas presents. But anyways, either way, don't look at my writing, it's horrible. But I wrote down my ideas and did all the measurements, so I got everything planned out because all my Christmas stuff is all around me. You guys can't see the huge mess around me. But I figured if I made bases and I made the covers and I started cutting out papers and pages, then I could just start decorating all sorts of stuff to fit in every one of these journals. I have about 7 ideas, 7 or 8 journals that I want to make, and I've already gutted books and started doing it. But a couple of them I thought would make really good gifts and are cheap and easy, and for the newbies out there, I thought this was a really good thing for you to do if you want to just make something that's fast and easy and cheap. So paper pads right now everywhere. You can get a 12 by 12 for $6 right now at Michael's. They have so many gorgeous Christmas paper packs, but I know you can get them everywhere. You can get loose leaf papers on sale too at Joann's. I think they're 10 for $2. Don't mark my words. I think that's going on now. It might be over. But either way, you can get 12 by 12 papers really cheap right now. I suggest that you get them. This particular paper pack, I wanted to give it away because I was like, oh, it's not my style anymore. I like more of the, like this. Hold on, let me show you. I'm really into this Christmas paper pack, which is vintage. Oh boy, I'm making a mess. Hold on, I actually have 2, I know. Because I know I'm going to use it a lot. This one's open. This is the paper pack I'm really into right now. I'm really into vintage Christmas stuff, and I love those vintage colors, and I coffee dye, so I think the coffee dyed paper will look great in it. But I thought, you know what, I have this one right here that I found in my stash from 2 years ago, I think. I've had it for a couple years, and I never used it because I'm just not that into it. But it's adorable. It's still really cute. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give this away. And then I looked at it, and I was like, you know what? Somebody would think that's a cute Christmas gift. I have a feeling that would make a good gift. So what can I do with this pack that I really don't love for myself, but that I think somebody would think is cute, you know? So what I did was I cut out some papers. Let me get the measurements for you. I got this tin right here. Let's start with that. At the dollar store. I'm sorry about the mess if you can see it. This is from the dollar store, this tin, so it's $1. The paper pack was $4 when I got it. So I still remember that because that's why I bought it. I was like, oh, $4, not a big deal. So we're up to $5. $5, you can make a really cute journal, and if you already have some washi tape, if you have some cutouts from a magazine, you can go on YouTube and find so many cheap ways to make ephemera, okay? So we're just going to call this a $5 journal. And it is, here, let me see how I did this. What is that called? Accordion style. I couldn't think of the name. So this is an accordion style. Now there are, like I said, lots of videos, or did I say that? There's a lot of videos on accordion style journals, and there's a lot of really cute ways to do it that are probably way more fancy than this. This is just a simple way for, if you're a beginner especially, I'm gearing it towards beginners, to use up the paper that you have. Okay, so let me give you measurements. I really recommend getting a ruler like this. It's so dirty, sorry guys. I always stick it on everything when I'm measuring. It gives you precise measurements. I found this one. I love that it's bendy. I can manipulate it around things when I measure. I got this at Joann's. I used a 60% coupon. I think I paid $2 or less for this. So I think it's regularly 5 something, but I got it for like $2. Okay, it gives you precise measurements, and that's what I love. Because if you say, Meg, you need to cut that to 1 7/16, I'm not going to know what the heck you're talking about, okay? So this gives you all of those, a quarter, 3/8, 5/8, all the easy ones, and then the ones that are harder, like 11/16, 13/16, 15/16, all the ones that you don't memorize, or well, at least I don't memorize those, So anyways, I'm going to measure this for you now. I think I already remember. I put this away a while ago. So this measures, I have to put it up to my face. We have 8 11/16 long, okay? So 8 11/16 long. And then each page you're going to make 8 11/16 long, and then you're going to cut out your paper 8 11/16. Sorry, I keep saying that. By, I wish I wrote this down. I'm so sorry. By, and the countdown continues. Let's see, 6 inches. So 8 11/16 by 6 inches. And if you don't want to know what 11/16 is, it is, let me see if I can tell you. It is 3 lines more than the half mark. So you go to 8 1/2 and count 3 lines more than that, and that's 8 11/16. Okay, so if you just have a regular ruler with like little dashes, the lines that mark, and you don't have 11/16 on there, it's 3 dashes more than the 8 1/2. Okay, so basically 8 1/2 plus 3 by 6, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I just want to get the measurements out there in case you want to do this. So you cut that out, okay? And you're going to have it, this 6 inches this way, 8 11/16 long, okay? Then you're going to fold it in half. What I did was I took it to my scoreboard. I went to the middle and I scored, which helped me because this is a thicker cardstock, which you want to use thicker cardstock. I believe I did, so I think that would be better. Then you're going to score it in half, fold it over, or just fold it over and use your bone folder. Then you're going to take your corner punch, and I used I think half, let me see. Yep, I used my 1/2 inch side on my corner punch, and I clipped every side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Am I in frame? Surely hope so. Yep. And so after you do that, okay, you're going to take your papers and you're going to form what I call mountains and valleys, okay? So very simple. I took mine and I just put them into each other like this, basically. In like that. And then the next one, so you got a valley and then a mountain. See? Mountain, valley. So you're going to put your mountain into your valley, and what you can do here is you can glue around just the sides like this and glue it on down like that, and then you will have a top-loaded pocket for a long tag. Or you can glue the whole thing. You can skip and do some as pockets, and you can do some like I did. I skipped, I did some pockets and some just glued them flat by accident. I meant to make them all pockets, but sometimes I screw up. I did do my very first glue together. I did it with double-sided tape. I don't recommend that. I mean, it's sturdy, but you have one shot, and I almost screwed mine up. So anyways, glue works great. So this is what I come up with, and it's long. I can barely get it into frame here. Very long. And yeah, there we go. So I'm trying to look on here. I feel like I hope that the lighting's right. I just cannot see because I have a huge glare where I'm looking. into the camera. But anyways, so that's what it looks like, and it fits perfectly inside of this tin from the dollar store, just perfectly. See, it goes right in there. Perfect. And then just, there you go. And then what you can do, here, let's glue the last ones on together, because I have to move on after that. So I'm just going to take this, let's move my coffee dyed paper so I don't glue it. This is a mess, you guys, but don't worry about it. I'm doing so many projects. Okay, so which one do I want to do? So basically I got my mountain like this, and then you can open it and the person will be able to write either, because these are really heavily decorated, I was going to take some coffee dyed paper, go ahead and cut it out smaller than your page, and then round the corners, and we'll put it on, so, and like glue it on smaller so that they can see the you know, the pretties in the back. And you don't have to do it to all of them, because you want to see the pretty, you know, stuff that's on the paper. But anyways, you can cut this out and round the corners and just glue it on, and they'll have a place to write. And then on some pages you can put pockets like I did here, or this rather like a tuck spot, and you can make little tags to put in there and they'll fit right in. I think I have a tag around here somewhere I made. Here's one. This is just out of the scrap paper left over. I just made this tag right here, and I just put this on it. I haven't decorated it yet or anything, but it'll just fit right in, just to show you guys a little tag like that. And then like on this side you could put the papers for them to write, and then, you know, they'll just go like that. That's a napkin. Didn't come out super great, but just, you know, a little cutesy. And then you can put on paper here for them to write. And what you can do with this is, if you wanted, you could, and then, hold on, let's finish one thought at a time, Meg, sorry. Then they can turn it over and go this way. So they have two sides to look at. It is so cool. So they got that side, and then they got this side. And it's just a really cute gift. You can make spots to journal in, you can make pockets, and then at the top, you can tuck in pictures if you have them, like long pictures, I don't know. But see, I made it a little pocket. Oops, that's not the pocket. That was a valley. Let's see, where's the pocket? Here we go. Right there. Here's a pocket. So right there, I put a pocket, and it fits, this tag fits right inside, kind of, yeah, a little bit, a little hard, there we go. And you can make them all stick out, and it could be like a little tag book. And then it still has room to go in here, because I tested that out too. Just push my tag down, it still has plenty of room to fit into the tin. So you can put tags all in, sticking out a little bit with the measurements I gave you. So that's just a really quick idea, and you do want to tie it around when you put it in, so that way it's easier to pick up out of the tin, because I just struggled getting it out because the accordion, you know, style. So let's just glue on one together, and I'm not going to decorate it on camera. You can decorate however you want, because I want to show you some other ideas real quick. But I will be decorating some junk journals coming up, ones that mean a little more to me than this one. You know, I want to do like a really cute December daily. I want to do all different types of journals, not just the great big journals hardcover that I always make. I'm coming up with different sizes, different styles, different shapes, and it's really exciting. So real quick, let's glue this together, and then I'll move on to the next one. So I'm going to make a pocket out of this one. So what I do is I just going to glue around the edges. I just realized I put a sticker on the bottom of that one, but oh well. Glue around the edge there. And then I'm just going to take this side, and I'm going to put it into my valley. I'm going to connect them at the bottom, and with glue you have a little bit of you know, leeway. You can always move it a little bit. And then just going to press it down. And don't worry if you get glue, if you use Fabri-Tac at least, if you get like glue in the middle, it rubs off so easily. Now with the other glue, like the art glitter glue, I'm not sure about all that. That stuff is so sticky. I don't know. It just, I don't know if it rubs off easy. But for me, I like to use the Fabri-Tac, and that way if I make a mess, it just rubs right off. Especially with one of these. It comes off so easy with one of these little rubber things. Hobby Lobby, $2 or $3. Really great investment. I love that thing. I've used it like so much today. In fact, this was my favorite thing in the world. I love this bone folder, or I think it's a bone folder. I use it as one. I love it so much. It puts the best creases in like a stack of papers if you want it to. So anyways, I had glue all over it, which I still have some. I gotta get that off, but it was covered in glue, and I just rubbed that rubbery thing on it, and it came off so easy. Okay, so there we go. There's another one with a pocket right up here. And then we got one more. Let's put this guy on. So now we did that mountain. Now we're going to do the valley. So I'm just going to put some glue on the valley here. And let's just make him... Oh, now it's all stuck. I'm having trouble with my hands, you guys. Sorry. I'm waiting to get my new gloves in the mail. The winter's here, and I haven't had any problems, really, not any big problems, during the summer. And now, I couldn't even move my hand yesterday. That's why I haven't been filming, because I haven't been able to use my hands. So, yeah, bummer. Okay, so now we got tons of glue on there, way too much, like always. I love glue. Okay, and then we're just going to put it together. Press it down, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and there we go. Gonna make sure that it's even down here. Can move it a little bit, and there we go. Now we got our end page, and then I can go and make pockets like in here, and just round the corners of your pockets, and with the scrap papers that are left. And there you go. Very simple, cheap, and a really cute gift. I mean, who's going to get one of these and go, oh my god, I hate it? You know, it's a cute idea. And especially when you add your coffee dyed paper, you can leave a note in there for them. You can also take this, put it in, let me get a ribbon while I'm talking. Something to wrap around here. What do I want to wrap around here? Ooh, we can use like... So many different things I have here. Oh, this is cute. What if I use like this? Oh, that's not big enough. Something like this would be cute. I didn't cut a big enough piece to do it, but like a ribbon like this would be cute just to tie it up. But that's just a scrap piece I have. I have to get a bigger one. That would be so cute with the... Aw. Okay, I don't have enough of that out, so what if we just tied some... Just for now. You can add flowers, you can add all kinds of stuff to this, because you still have plenty of room, because this is thick, you know, it's like an inch and some thick. So you have plenty of room, because that's only that thick, to decorate it. So you can decorate it and just make it a cute book to look at, with all kinds of decorations on it, stickers, and just whatever you want. And people can look at it, you can set it up on your mantle or on a shelf, and people can look at it, or you can make it, put it on your shelf and have people that come over sign something in it, and you can keep it as a keepsake, or you can put it in a stocking. There you go. Just put some, yeah, there. Now we have our little book. Actually, I like it better this way. So that's just a little cheap idea. And then you can put it inside your tin. And there's your little journal in a tin. So there we go. There's the first idea. Now, let's see what time we're at. 20 minutes already. Holy cow. Okay, so now we're going to go to the second idea I have. This is my favorite. Another dollar store idea. And all you're going to need is chipboard, or I have plenty of chipboard, but I decided to use a juice box cardboard. This is cardboard from Nature's Nectar Fruit Punch juice box that holds the juice bags, and I just took it out, and then I took some, what is this stuff called, from the mail, Oh my gosh, I always forget. It's not Teflon. I always call it Teflon. It's definitely not. Oh gosh, now I'm having a hard time remembering what it's called. Tyvek. Okay, so this is Tyvek. Now when I first started doing junk journals and I saw people using Tyvek, I went and bought some and it was expensive. All you have to do is go to the mail, and it's not stealing. I heard somebody go, oh, that's taking and stealing. It's not. It's free, okay? It's free. If they didn't want you to take it, it wouldn't be there. Anyways, you can go and get mailing packages. They're free at the post office. And I don't take 100, but I take a little stack. And I really recommend using Tyvek because it really helps secure your spine. Okay? So a piece of Tyvek. I got these little boxes from the dollar store, so that's $1. So far, it's free, just $1 so far. And then whatever paper pack you want to use. So if you have leftover paper, whatever. So, and then coffee dyed paper. This is just copy paper that I coffee dyed, and, you know, just some pretty coffee dyed papers. I also have avocado dyed papers and beautiful coffee dyed parchment paper, which is gorgeous. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is a journal in a box. So it's like a book in a book. It looks like a little book. Is that the cutest thing? And they have all different kinds. They have bigger ones too, bigger boxes. I decided to go with the small one because I don't usually make small journals, so thought it would be cute. So I measured this out, and I have the measurements for you if you want to do this. We're going to put a journal inside of this box. And you can put it on your mantle, you know, that would be so cute sitting out. And then somebody's going to go and look at it and go, oh, that's so cute. They're going to open it, and the beautiful decorated journal is going to be inside. This one I'm going to do a little better than the last one, like more decorations, more, you know, like junk journaling, and really pretty. I think it would be a beautiful gift. So I just used the cardboard, like I said, from the juice box, some Tyvek, and I'll give you the measurements so you can catch up if you want to do this. I just got to find my notepad. There it is. Okay, so this is Santa's reindeer, and it is 5.5 inches long by 3 5/8 wide with a 2-inch spine. The spine is 2 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, so 5.5 inches long by 3 5/8 wide. Alright, and a 2-inch spine. Okay, very simple. I just did that, and then I also made another one. And this one, it's got glue everywhere. I used some very lightweight chipboard that I got a long time ago at Hobby Lobby. And it's so lightweight. I'm trying to grab it so I can show you guys. I put 2 together. Oh goodness. I glued 2 together. So this is a lightweight chipboard. Very, very flimsy. It's almost like, I mean, I think it's lighter than a cereal box, to be honest. But if you can hear that, there's the thickness. So I cut out 4 that were, you know, gosh, I can't talk. 4 that were 5.5 by 3 5/8, and then 3, I think 3 of them for the spine. So I just glued 2 together, and then 3 together for the spine to make it extra sturdy. Okay, so I made 2 of these because I have 2 boxes. I have Santa's reindeer, and then I have The Night Before Christmas. And I think these are going to be so cute. So let's cut some papers for this real quick. I started decorating this, and I'm going to put, so what you want to do, I don't know if I've showed you guys, I'm sure you know how to put a book together, but just in case you don't, I guess I didn't really plan that part out. So basically, let's see what I can do here. You just want to say this is a spine. I know it's going to be weird, but I have a lot of new people that have messaged me like, how do I make a journal? And I know there's a lot of videos, but I just want to show you. Let's just pretend that these are the pages, or the covers, okay? And that this is your spine, okay? So you got your pages and your cover and your spine. So basically I just take my Tyvek, right, and I glue my spine to my Tyvek like that, like so. Then I glue my cover to this side, and then I just spread it just a little bit. I give it just a little tiny 1/8 of an inch gap because you want a gap to be able to close your book properly. Okay? Make sure you put a tiny gap there. And then the same for this side, little tiny gap. Then I take another piece of Tyvek and I glue it on top. Okay? And then hence cut around it, get the rest off, and then I bend and I make sure that you take your bone folder, press it in to the sides of that crease that you made and bend it, you know, and now look how sturdy that is just from the Tyvek. And then you're going to cover it with paper or fabric, which I recommend. I love fabric. That really makes it sturdy and hold together. Now, even if you want to cover this just in paper, sometimes people cover it in muslin first, which is just a cotton fabric. So you can cover it with muslin if you want to cover up, you know, all this stuff and make it sturdier. And then if you want to add paper on top of that, that will make it extra sturdy. Or you can cover it in paper like I'm going to with this one. I covered that in paper, just a little 6x6 paper pad, which is one of my favorite Christmas paper pads. It's called Nostalgia by, of course I forgot. I know it's called Nostalgia. And now I forgot who it's by. I'm sorry. I'll have to link it below because I forgot. Authentique. I'm sorry. It's by Authentique paper. I think it's like a couple years old, but I love it. Anyways, it's a 6x6 paper pad. It's great for these little books. That's a 6x6, and you only have to cut off a tiny strip, and it fits perfectly. Just one tiny little strip length, widthwise, and then it goes on there perfectly. So I covered that with the paper, and then I'm going to come in with some really pretty sparkly fabric. I think I'm going to use the dark one because it's the night before Christmas for this one. And I'm going to put this on the spine. So I'm going to have to iron it first, but I'm going to go ahead and put that on the spine, and it's going to be so pretty. But I want this to be a hidden spine, or, you know, to cover my sewing. So I'm not going to put this on until I'm done sewing the pages in. Okay. So let's just cut some paper real quick. I hope all that made sense to my new people who don't know what's going on like I didn't once upon a time. So I'm going to move these books out of the way, and I'm just going to show you an easy way to cut out the pages for this. Obviously you know how to cut out paper, I'm sure, but I did you know, I like to not waste paper, so you can actually make 2 inserts with 1 sheet of paper, and you only have minimal cuttage, minimal scrap. So this is what the pages look like that fits perfectly inside of this booklet, okay? So here it is. And yeah, this one I cut a little short. Could have been a little longer, but that's okay. As you can tell, I cut out a lot of them. So I was starting to cut out this one. I didn't finish it. Let me just show you what I got so far. And you can make, when you make your pages, as long as they're all the same, well, they don't all have to be the same height. You can make smaller pages, which I like to do. But just remember, if you're making them all different sizes, it might be, if you're packing them in, you might have a harder time sewing them in. But, the other thing I want to recommend, real quick, is that I used to make big old signatures and have the hardest time sewing them in. What I've come to find out over the years is that when you make a bigger signature, like I just said, it's harder to sew in. If you make more signatures with less paper in them, it is easier to bind your book. It's just the way it goes. So instead of having 3 big fat signatures, I would recommend having 5 smaller signatures, which is what I'm going to do for this book. Maybe 4, probably 4 signatures. Okay. So what you're going to do for if you're making this exact book is you're going to want to take an 8.5 by 11 regular sheet of copy paper or a decorative paper. If it's a 12 by 12, I don't have the measurements yet because I haven't done any of those. But basically 8.5 by 11, you're going to fold it long ways Usually when I make a book, I take it, I turn it to the side, and I fold my book paper in half like this, and it goes into my book, because I make big books. For the smaller one, you're going to want to turn it this way, normal way, and you're going to fold it over. Make sure I'm in frame here. Okay. Fold it over like so. Use my bone folder, and then you're going to fold it again in half. Just like that. So now you have this. Okay, so you have it folded over once, and then fold it in half like this. That's perfect. You're going to take it over to your cutter, and you are going to, oh, I'm going to have to show you, hold on. I didn't think about that. My cutter's so big. And, well, let's see if I can get my smaller cutter over here. I'm not sure how good this little cutter is going to work. I got my big boy over here, but he's hard to move. So you're going to take this, you're going to line it up, make sure I'm in frame, right at the edge here, and you're going to cut at, what do we say, 5? Now I forgot because I just moved everything. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's a train wreck. Let me see what I cut these at. It is so dark in here. I can't believe it. I have like 5 lights on and it's still dark. So this is 5, because a little less than what we made the book. 5 3/16, which is just over 5 1/8. Tall, and this is 3.5 wide. Okay, so basically I haven't measured these. I actually didn't measure them, I just trimmed them. So I just like eyeballed it. I took my paper that it was already cut and I went like this, and I went, okay, let me start over because I think I might have confused you guys by skipping around. Okay, so we have our paper folded into 4, okay? So the side that does not like move, the side that is would be a spine, I guess. That side you want to cut, okay? So you're going to put it down on your mat and just trim a little bit off. I didn't measure, okay, when I did this. I just didn't measure, and I can't see to measure like on camera. It's just too dark, and my eyes are terrible. So basically I just put a little bit in, but you can measure it. Measure the length to 5 1/2. Cut it. Oopsie, that's why I don't use this cutter, because this cutter sucks. I'm going to turn it over, cut this again, and now it cut your paper in half for you. See? And now you have 2 inserts ready to go. So that's the easy way to cut it for this particular book. And then you're going to have to trim just a little bit off the edge. See, it's just a little bit, like a 1/2 inch or something off the edge, which I'll do on my big cutter because I can see so much better over here, and I love my big cutter. I got the, what is this, the Precision Cutter by Fiskars. I'm in love with it. I see people cutting fabric on it, and I can't. I don't know. It doesn't cut fabric for me, but I still love it. Okay, so here we go. Perfect size. You know, you can line them up, and if you have to trim more, trim more. Just put it in your book and check. See if it fits, you know. So that one's going to be just a little too long, I think. Yeah. So you just keep cutting till you get it. But it's very minimal in the waste department. You don't have to cut a lot, and it's just a really good way to use your paper. So I really love this size for that reason. That I could get, you know, 2 inserts per piece of paper. So there we go, perfect. So that's how I'm doing it for this, and I'm just going to, you know, make my little inserts. I still have to cut some other paper, but basically you just take your paper and you go 1, look at that pretty coffee dye with the lace, 2, spent it, And then we'll add some parchment for 3. And then we'll add maybe one of these guys. See how this one's cut shorter? Because I like different lengths. We'll put that in there. And then we'll add some pretty paper. The paper I want to use for this one is going to be this paper pad that I showed you. The Classic Vintage by Craftsmart, which I'm loving Craftsmart stuff. Let me see what time we're at, because my husband does have to go to work, so pretty soon. Okay, so I guess I'm going to figure out the measurements for this in case you guys are doing this. Now, what papers do I want to use? Woo! I'm thinking I would like to use this starry one for the night one. And what else? Oops. Having a hard time holding on to that. Okay. That's cute. Maybe this one. This one. Ooh, I like these candy canes too. Let's use the candy canes. Ugh. Okay, sorry guys. Candy canes. I'm gonna cut those out too, I think. Ooh, I like this one. This one. And ooh. I'm like, ooh, I like this one. Ooh, I like this one. I like them all. They're so cute. So I want to get some pink in there. Yeah, this one. Real vintagey. I love that. It's like 50s. And this one. So my husband just came in and said he's got 5 more minutes. So I'm just going to show you one real quick. Oops. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just spilled all my papers everywhere. Okay, so basically, I haven't done this yet, so let's try to fold this with minimal wastage. I mean, obviously you can use your scraps, but I'd like to get as many folds in as I can. So I'm thinking the long ways is the way to go, because it's 12 by 12, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half, like this. Again, we're just going to do the same method. Try to get it straight. Not a very, for me, I never get things straight. Okay. I never cut straight and I never fold straight. And then we're going to do, let's see if I did another one like this. No. Okay, then we're going to fold it in half again. Yeah, fold it in half again. That. Okay, so now you have this, which I didn't cut the top part off. Okay, so now it's going to be crooked. Let me cut this off. Cut the top part off. There we go. Okay, so now we have this, which I know this part's longer because I cut the top part off. Now let's just see here. This is how I usually do it. I just put my paper on it and see how much I'm going to have. So there might be a better way to do it so you're not wasting as much, because this one has a lot more, like, you're going to have to cut off a lot. So you can just play with it and see. I guess I just didn't have time to figure it out, but I think this way you'll get the most out of your paper. I don't know. Anyways, I folded it in half, and I'm just going to cut this part off. I'm going to mark it because I don't want to use a ruler. It's lazy. With a pencil so I can erase it. So I'm just going to put my paper on there, and I'm going to mark it like that on that side. Then I'm going to mark it right here. This is the lazy way to do things. And then I'm just going to go to my big cutter and I'm going to cut it right here. And let's see. sorry. I know you guys can't see, I'm sorry, but if I move this whole thing over, it's going to be a lot to move, and I don't have time. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to show you guys. I just wanted to tell you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to make this last video before the giveaway announcement, so you guys have another chance to enter the giveaway that will be ended tomorrow night. I probably won't get the video out until the day after, or maybe late tomorrow night. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did it wrong. See, when I'm under pressure, I cut things wrong. I totally was not thinking. I just cut that 100% backwards. So, yeah, I cut it backwards. I'm so silly. I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? So don't do it that way. Let's do one more. I know he's got to go, but we'll do one more. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm going to cut the top part off. Like this. We got to do one. We got to get it right. This is the last one. So we're going to fold it in half like this. Okay. I got to figure out what I did wrong. It's going to bug me. And then, so now we have this one. So why did that do? I'm confused. What did I do? It's not rocket science. I don't know what I did. We're going to fold it in half. Oh, I know what I did. I cut the wrong end. Okay. So you're going to, obviously you want to cut on the side that you folded right here. I'm coming. One more minute. I just got to cut one more thing. Okay, so there. And then we're going to cut this edge like this. There we go. Now we have two. So now we have this one, which you just want to cut the edge off, like that. 5 1/2, we'll do it right there. There we go. So now we have our page. There we go. I did it. And then then you'll do this one, you'll just cut, and then you can save your little scraps. So I'll make this one up to 4. There we go. So now we have, I made this one smaller. Okay, so now we have this. And it can go on the outside or whatever. And then you just put your little pages in. And obviously you can do all kinds of different papers, and then you add in your coffee dyed papers. And voila! And this is going to be so cute inside of those little boxes. And maybe I'll sew in a signature or something in an upcoming video. But for today, I have to go. I know that was just a little bit of easy stuff. It wasn't a big deal, but I just wanted to say hi to you guys. I missed you, and also give you guys another chance for the giveaway, and just show you a couple of my little Christmas ideas. So if you want, go pick some of these things up at the dollar store. They're really cheap and very cute ideas. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video where I announce the winner of the giveaway. Mwah! Bye, everybody.